Charles Dance, it's an honour to have you with us on the Thronecast.
Really?
Thank you for coming in. It is. It's an honour. Sir Tywin Lannister. Or Lord, should I say.
Indeed.
Tell us a little bit about Tywin Lannister, if you can. Head of a pretty dysfunctional family.
Yes, I suppose they are a bit dysfunctional, really. But Tywin himself is a man of principle. There might not be your principles or my principles, but he is a man of principle, and he is aware of his position in this feudal society in which Game of Thrones is set. A lot of people have described him as being a bad guy. I don't actually see him as a bad guy. He's strong, he's enigmatic, and he doesn't smile very much. But compared to quite a lot of other people in this story, he's quite a good guy, really.
That's true, actually. There's quite a lot of bad people in Game of Thrones,
sure.
isn't there?
Yeah.
How did you get involved with it? Did the producers have to persuade you? Is it something you knew of and wanted to do?
No, they didn't have to persuade me very much to do it, because the writing is really good. You know, and as an actor, you often have to expend a lot of energy trying to make a silk purse out of a pig's ear and improve bad writing. But the writing on this is really, really good, as are the production values. So there wasn't a lot of persuasion needed, really. There is a certain leap of faith, because all of the series had not been written. You know, they could just show me a couple of episodes, neither of which I was involved in, and then a storyline for Tywin. So, you know, I agreed to do it on the basis of what they could show me, but I could see that the quality of the writing was such that if it maintained that quality, then it would be a pretty good thing to be a part of.
Had you read the books?
No, they're far too thick.
They're massive.
They are. I mean, they're that big, and books that bit thick frighten me. They also weigh rather a lot in the hand baggage. So I thought that the adapters of the books had done such a good job, and that's what we're dealing with, that I kind of trust them, really. And that's what we're making anyway. We're making an adaptation of these books. If at any time I had a problem with the script and thought, this isn't right, why isn't it right? Then I would go to the book and I could see what may or may not be wrong about it. But otherwise, I leave that, because that's somebody else's job. The
fans, both of book and TV series, they're pretty loyal fans. Have you had any interaction with them?
I have. No, you see, I didn't, to my shame, I didn't know anything about these books at all. And I realized that there's a huge readership, actually, really. And a lot of people, since the series has been going out, have approached me in the street and, you know, said, oh, it's wonderful, it's great, you know, and then told me about my character. And then one of them recently said, and you got this great death scene. I said, have I now? I see, right, okay. He said, not for a bit yet. And I said, how do I die? And he told me. I'm not going to tell you.
No.
I know now, and I don't know whether it's going to happen this year or next year, but it's quite gothic.
Now, back in season 1, this is a slightly random question, but there was a really good scene, and it was quite long, where you were just sort of happily gutting and skinning a deer. It really did look like you'd done it before. Had you?
No, I hadn't done it before. I spent an hour with a butcher who came in with a dead animal and some very sharp knives and showed me what to do. And then the next day we did it. But it was quite interesting, because Dan and David, the producer of the show, came to me a week or so before we did this and said, Charles, you vegetarian? And I said, no, why do you ask? And they said, well, we've written this scene, and gave me this scene. I thought, oh my God. And anyway, they organised this guy to come in with a dead animal, and then we shot the scene, and then I did it. I mean, it did take me a couple of days to get the smell out of my hands, I have to say. But
been a fan of venison since? Or?
Well, I had hoped that they would have sent me home that weekend with a decent haunch of venison, but I'm afraid not. No, I didn't get even an ear. Yeah. But no, it was an interesting thing to do.
Yeah, different, yeah.
Indeed.
Absolutely. Finally, without giving too much away, is there a particular scene, a favourite of yours, that we can look forward to in season 2?
Yes, there's I've got quite a few scenes with that wonderful little girl who's desperate to stick a knife in my back at every opportunity. And she's fabulous, actually. Great, great kid. But there's a scene in that with her when the writers allow the audience to see a little bit of what's behind Tywin Lannister, which is very clever, because it means the audience is saying to the little girl, don't kill him yet, because there's something strange going on here. We're going to find out a bit more about this character. It's quite a long scene, just between the two of us, but it was a joy to do, so yeah.
That's your favourite. Well, thank you, Charles Dance. Thank you so much for coming to the Thronecast.
My pleasure. Thank you.